In this video, we're shining a spotlight on some underrated Roblox games that deserve more attention. These hidden gems offer unique and fun experiences you might not have tried yet. Of course, this is just our list, so your favorites might be different, and that's totally okay. Share your most underrated Roblox games in the comments. We'd love to hear your picks. Let's get started. Combat Initiation is a wave-based shooter where you and up to 6 other players fight waves of enemies. Inspired by Ultra Kill, it has 30 waves total, with boss fights every 10 waves. The game has a variety of weapons, and each weapon has upgrades that branch off, letting you change up your playstyle. There's also a style meter and parrying mechanic, like in Ultra Kill. The old Roblox art style makes it visually easygoing, which is a nice touch. The game has a lot of replay value since you can try new weapons and playstyles each time. Fighting feels a lot like Overwatch or Team Fortress 2. The game has a wide range of characters, each with different abilities that work well together. It also has competitive players, especially in roles like support classes. The game mixes retro Roblox graphics with some more modern gameplay, which makes it look and feel unique. The art style is well received, while the gameplay and enjoyment are also good. If you like team shooters and games like Overwatch, you might enjoy Fighting. Super Block 64 plays like Super Mario 64, where you collect player points across different worlds instead of stars or ice creams. However, these points don't really do much in Roblox. Most of the game is pretty easy, but the final world, Starburst Galaxy, has harder levels that took about 20 minutes to finish. The movement is similar to Super Mario 64, but there aren't many new ideas. The art style isn't anything special, but the gameplay is fun enough to make up for it. Blocktails is inspired by classic games like Paper Mario 64 and Earthbound. It has a simple but fun turn-based combat system, charming characters, and a fantastic soundtrack. There's a lot to explore, including post-game content like the pit and boss rush mode. One cool thing about Blocktails is that there are no microtransactions or playtime rewards. It's just a full game made for people who want to enjoy it, which is pretty rare on Roblox. Robot 64 is a platforming game inspired by Super Mario 64. In the game, you travel through different worlds, collecting ice creams by completing platforming challenges and other missions. The movement is smooth, but it's pretty basic and doesn't offer anything special. There's nothing particularly unique about the game. It's a simple platformer without extra features or gimmicks. The art style is good, and the game is fun. Dummies vs. Noobs is a wave-based shooter where you play as a dummy fighting waves of noobs. With each wave, the noobs get more advanced, so the challenge slowly builds up. The game is simple and easy to get into. The gameplay is repetitive but still fun, with a nostalgic, straightforward style that can get you hooked once you get going. It's a bit of a grind, but it has that classic Roblox feel. However, some enemies are pretty unbalanced. A few can one-shot you, which can be frustrating. While the game does introduce new enemy types and bosses, the grind can get tiring. In Decaying Winter, you play with up to 4 other players, exploring the map to gather weapons and supplies. Every day, the waves of enemies get tougher, and dying is actually part of learning how to play. But the game doesn't teach you much at all. The game's mechanics can feel pretty random, like getting ambushed by enemies without warning. There's no clear direction on what to do next, and it's easy to feel lost or even trapped with no way out. The UI and gameplay features also lack explanation. Regretivator is an elevator game similar to the normal elevator, but with a bit more polish and creativity. In this game, you enter an elevator and each floor has something random happen. The floors are full of references to different media and minigames, so there's always something new. Sometimes NPCs show up in the elevator. If more than one NPC is there, they can trigger special dialogues, which adds to the fun. The game is great for hanging out with friends, but you can also enjoy it by yourself while exploring the different floors. JTOH is a platformer where you climb different towers. The main challenge is that there are no checkpoints. If you fall, you start over. This makes the game pretty tough, but it's often compared to rage games, though it doesn't have the unique twists that make those games interesting. The gameplay itself is pretty simple. It's mostly about jumping and climbing. The falling mechanic doesn't offer much to learn from, making it feel like you're just repeating the same things over and over. Another problem is the difficult balance. Neon Knights is a roguelike shooter where you fight robots and bosses while exploring different areas. The graphics are pretty good for Roblox, but some might find them too basic. The gameplay feels repetitive and doesn't have much depth, which makes it boring after a while. There's almost no background music, which makes the game feel empty. You can get upgrades and new weapons, but they don't really add much excitement or variety to the game. Get a Drink at 3 a.m. is a game where you do strange tasks and find references to other media, all to get a drink at 3 a.m. The game has different endings, so you're encouraged to explore and try to see them all. The whole getting something at an odd hour thing was popular in games a while ago, and this game is a good example of it. You can finish the game in about 2 hours, making it a short and fun experience when you're bored. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss an update. Let us know which game you're excited to try in the comments. See you in the next video.